Welcome to Lake Huron, home to some giant walleyes. I spent 2 days out there, one in the blistering sun and one in the pouring rain. This is what I found. I'm using my Garmin live scope and moving with my trolling motor looking for big suspended walleyes. When I see them, I pitch a jig and a crawler just on their head and see if I can get them to react. Stick around and I'll give you some live scope tips for free that might help you put a few more fish in your boat. Thanks for watching. Peace. First tip, always use half a crawler. Pinch the end off. Add some scent down there, boys. I had a feeling there's just something going on in this back bay here. It's always a really good early starting point. I've seen boats coming and going from here, but I like to stay out on my own if I can. But catching them pretty good out there, but this could be like dynamite in here. And there's a few boats around, and if you were trolling, I think I seen the pontoon boat holding up like a pretty big sized walleye, taking a picture as soon as I pulled in. So hey, this could get really good. If it's good in here, I'm gonna destroy it. We'll see. More like a pike it looked like. Ah, you know what? I think it's a walleye.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, nice walleye. Yeah, that's a nice one. Another dandy. Maybe a 24. More like a pike, but you never know. These walleyes are just as suspended as a pike. Big balls. Big. Giant ones. What a fish. Good fish. Just as I was going to leave this area, I was actually pulling the trolling motor and I seen him out there and I was like, whoa, that's a good one. That's a real one. He's suspended. We're in 18 feet of water. He was 10 feet below the surface. For a second I thought pike, but I've caught so many of these walleyes now that are suspended so high and you think they're pike, they're not. They're walleyes. Check out this one, folks. Look at that one. Right in front of the mouth. VMC tungsten jig. 28 incher. As you can tell, the rain's coming down pretty hard now, but if you're like me, I don't care. I'll fish in the rain, I'll fish in a hurricane, I'll fish in a snowstorm. The reason being is with live scope, you're always learning something. Now let me teach you the most important thing that I've learned over 5 years using live scope. If you have the chance to have one live scope in the front of your boat, the place to put it is on your trolling motor. Trust me, I catch 90% of the fish off my trolling motor.
23 incher.
Really good one. Oh, and the jig's off in the net. Oh, and the jig went back in the net. About a 23-ish. Another thing, when you're pitching jigs for these suspended walleyes or the walleyes on bottom, you need a variety of sizes. You need them to be heavy enough to be accurate, not to miss the fish, but you also need them to be just light enough that you could swim it above them when you see them, especially the suspended ones. I will use a really light 1/4 ounce jig just so I can stay above them or just swim it past them. This is a little bit of a better one. Rods are kind of in the way on me, but that's okay. This is a nice one. This is a nice one. 26-inch Lake Huron walleye. What a beautiful fish. We need this one. We need this one. What do we got? Oh, this could be a 30. This is a big one. This is a big one. Don't want a horse. Barely got him. Barely got him. Oh yeah! Not overly big, but man, they ever fight out here. I'd like to get a 30 and see how it feels. Alright, we're gonna try the big worm again. The big green worm. Took a couple casts this time, but it worked every time. The green worm. Spot's been known to give up some giants, so a couple last casts at searching for that 30-incher before we gotta call it a day. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Subscribe if you want, I don't give a shit. But I hope you learned something. Hope you enjoy watching me catch these walleyes on Lake Huron. The water's endless. I could stay out here for weeks, just keep trying new stuff. It's unbelievable. When these migrating walleyes show up, they show up. And they're everywhere to be caught. 2 more casts with a reel crawler and then we're gonna get going. Rain for a couple hours. Could this be it? First cast with the reel crawler. This is a better one. This feels like a better one. This feels decent. A lot of current in here too though, so these fish bite harder. It's a nice walleye. Not a 30, but it's a nice one.